Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am here on the allotment today. It is Friday the 10th of July and we are in the middle of another heat wave here in the UK. So I am not planning on doing any real gardening today. I do have a few jobs in the garden I want to do at home. Probably seed sowing, so we'll do that later when I get home. But for now, I've got harvesting to do and I think we're going to have quite a few courgettes. So let's go have a brief look around and let's get some harvesting done. I've come prepared for a change. Come on. So first I'm going to look at these courgettes in here because these were my first planted and we do have some small ones. Quite a few small ones. We got one on here. I think we've got one on here. Oh, we might have a few on here. So this one is it the Magic 8 Ball? It's a round one anyway. I think it's Magic 8 Ball. Oh, we've got a big one there. I like to harvest these when they're roughly tennis ball sized. They look okay, they look good. While I'm doing this, I've got the hose pipe on in the polytunnel because it does get incredibly hot in there. That one is Tristan F1, I think. Tristan's F1. Yep. Forget these ones. Do I have a label? Probably not. They're looking okay though. Looking pretty good. Spiky, very spiky. That one's half rotting. Let's take that one off. Oh, that's a leaf. There we go. That'll get taken by some wildlife if I leave it there, so that's good. So we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We don't want 1,000, do we? Oh, there's a cabbage white stuck inside the brassica net. Well, it's no wonder really, is there? Come on, fella, out of there. Thank you. Because it's not fixed down properly. So I'm not sure if we'll have any on these ones. These are zucchini and Firenze. Oh, we might have actually. We might have one there. I'm trying to take them before they turn into marrows because there's only me eats them, so a small one is better. Yeah, done. Lots of big ones. The plant can put its energy into producing more then. And I do freeze them. When I freeze them, I grate them, squeeze out the moisture, squash them into ramekins, turn them out on a baking tray, put them in the freezer, let them freeze. When they're fully frozen, I take them off the baking tray and put them in a tub or a bag and store them. And I add them to soups and stews and whatever else I might want courgettes in. Actually, I like them in kind of like a noodle soup type thing. That's a little one, but that one will be great. Now, I don't think we're going to have any on the climbing ones, but let's go have a look. So, yes, as you can see, they're not actually climbing anywhere at the moment. This is called Shooting Star, this variety. Yeah, there's one there, but I'm going to leave that one because it's very small. And there's a few small ones on there as well. So that's probably it for the courgettes or zucchinis, however you say it. So let's have a look at some beetroot. So this beetroot has got lots of little things living on it. This is bolt hardy that I sowed. It's hard to see. Let's just pull some and see. It is multi-sown. No, it's very, I mean there is some there, but it's very small. There's only one. It's the size of a small radish. But we'll take it because we've pulled it. The others can go in the compost. I have been harvesting these ones, so these ones are probably better. Now that one's bolted, but that one's all right. These are bought from a garden centre. These ones are not doing well. I think I accidentally pulled these up earlier and have pre-planted them, and they're not doing much there. Again, the only person who eats it in my household, so it's not like I need massive beetroots. There's a few just to roast and they'll be good. So we've got some there. That's a good one. That's about the right size for me. It's slightly bigger than a golf ball. Take that one out, it's bolted. And there's another one there. It's quite good. Another one that's bolted, that one. That one feels substantial, that's good. I'm going to revisit the Goldina actually, because I actually do think there's a couple in here that I could take. There's one over the bottom end. There's a small one in here, but there's lots on this plant, so if I take this one, it's just gonna... It's only a little wonky one. I like little wonky ones. I'm a little wonky one, do you know? I missed a few little side shoots. I'm just having a minute in the shade while the hose pipe waters a polytunnel for me. It is so warm that my phone keeps telling me the iPhone's getting too hot, so there's not much filming I can do today. I'm gonna harvest my garlic. I did harvest one last week and it hadn't divided, and that is really because they were just leftovers my parents had bought from nurseries, and since I planted them we haven't had any frost, so the vernalisation that needs frost to happen hasn't happened, but that's fine because they're small cloves and you can use them whole. You just have something very garlicky and that's fine by me. So everything's looking all right. Just need to give everything a really good water, because yesterday and the day before things were very wilty because I was watering in the afternoon. So I'm trying to water in the morning so that they've got a full day of water. And then the temperature's going to start to go down again from tomorrow. We're going to get a cool 27-degree high here in Yorkshire tomorrow. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 31 today, I think, where I am. I don't enjoy these heat waves. The garden certainly isn't, and actually the front garden at home, because last time you were with me in the front garden, I had removed the achillea and the lupins and I planted out a load of new plants, and they have struggled. I'll be honest, I planted them out in the last heat wave and now we've had a lot of hot, dry weather. We've also had some like really windy weather which has knocked a lot of it over as well. So yeah, it's struggling, it's limping along. But I never did mulch it like I was going to. So next year, in fact I'm going to do an autumn mulch and just really get that, try and lock as much moisture in the ground as I can. There are cabbage whites everywhere. I've just let about 4 out of the nets. That's what happens when you don't net things properly though, isn't it? Everything's growing all right though. Things are doing better on the allotment, but they probably get more water on the allotment than they do at home. But yes. Anyway, it's too warm to stick around, so let's finish the watering and go and do some deadheading at home. Let me show you this. I've got a cucumber growing through that. Let's try and get that out of there. No, I think it's quite stuck. There you go, that should be alright now. Yeah. So, we've got 15 courgettes, we've got 2 cucumbers. Could have taken a couple more, I think, but I'm going to leave them. I like the tips to be more rounded before I take them. And some beetroot, the garlic, and some broad beans. I think that's a good harvest. So let's go home and do a bit of deadheading, but not much, because man, I'm flagging now. I'm definitely flagging. It's about 11:30 and I am done with gardening, even though I've barely done any. Thought we'd just have a quick look at the flower borders before we go. I'm really loving the Shasta daisies, and they'll be, yeah, they're lovely. They're taller than I expected as well. They're probably, oh, I don't know, 3 foot tall. Calendula looking lovely. It's got weedy again. The celery's not doing so well, but it's been so dry. Coreopsis needs a deadhead, but that'll have to wait till next time. Calendula could do with deadheading as well. Yeah. We got a cosmos coming, a self-seeded one there. And yeah, foxgloves, I'm just letting them go to seed now. There is this perennial sunflower behind, which I'm hoping is going to do nicely. Probably be grateful to get some space once I get the foxgloves out later. This bed has kind of collapsed, but there's still some lovely things. So the borage has actually collapsed, and I think next time I'm going to need to take some of the borage away, because this one, lovely, but it's, yeah. I think next year I'm going to rethink borage. I will grow it, but where I grow it, it might be a good way to grow it in the big beds, the big brick beds that are all weedy. Blackcurrant sage is still flowering, still haven't planted that sea holly. I have got loads of erigeron to bring up, but I haven't planted that out yet. The mallow is flowering now, and the Verbena bonariensis is being enjoyed as well. The borage, the bees have gone mad for the borage though. I mean, they love it, and I love that they love it. And it looks lovely with the calendula. And then this end probably is my favourite end, although it's messy, and it is messy because things have not been supported and things are flopping. There's too much really. But this terracotta achillea, I love it with the fennel and the Verbena bonariensis and the erysimum, the perennial wallflower. It's absolutely lovely, and it was lovely when this salvia was at its best as well. Scabious needs deadheading as well. There is zinnias in here, but they're not doing well. None of the zinnias are doing well here. The rose just looks like it's got a bit dry, but it's beautiful, but the rose's petals have just dried out a little bit, so I've given that a really good water. The salvia is still struggling with flopping over, but next year is when that will look its best. And the geranium roseanne is flowering, but it's in and amongst all this, and the eryngium, yeah, it's fallen over there. But that fennel is looking lovely, and it's coming into flower now. So yeah, I'm generally happy. That achillea is beautiful too. I do love achillea. Just find you just need to support it, because it will just, you know, flop. But I think I'm going to get some more achilleas for my garden for next year, probably. Because some things are not working well, and I'm thinking about how things are not working and how they are working. So let's have a look in here. My tomatoes I've just side shooted. And they had some, I mean, I've missed loads, but I don't want to be in there today, I'll be honest with you. My dad's side is looking good. You can tell he's taken some of his lower leaves off. I need to go in and do mine really, and just do the weeding at the bottom as well. He's got some ripe ones, Dad, if you're resisting the temptation, because I know he's growing for show. But look at some of these. I'll show you his tomatoes, looking good. That one's a beastie there, look. I'm going to put my hand at the side of it, some size. So they are, let me have a look. Domingo, is that one, or is that just the back one? Let's have a look at this one. Domingo, yeah, Domingo, put that there. Unfortunately, some of the labels keep blowing around. Yeah, so I'm going to have some good tomatoes here. But yes, side shooting has not been kept up to really. and I still want to get some labels higher up. So yeah, and cucumbers need supporting. These are Fem Spot. No, they're not, they're Carmen. These are Carmen, the ones in the greenhouse are Fem Spot. So in my last video I lied. So yes, everything's alright. We've harvested quite a lot. Dad's marrow is doing better than it was. The Gowrie Swedes are looking good, whether there's a root under there or not. That's edible remains to be seen. Canadian wonder beans, I've just flattened them with the hose, but they'll be fine. Onions, I could probably take some for small onions, but I'm not going to because I bought a load yesterday. Cocoa de Pampol beans looking good. Shooting star courgettes, like I said, they're doing okay, but I haven't supported them and tied them into the arch, but I think they'll be fine anyway. More calendula, more beetroot. This isn't looking so great. Not sure if it's overwatered or underwatered, but this chamomile certainly doesn't want the same conditions as the more Mediterranean herbs. So yes, I'm going to need to sow some beetroot into this bed for a continuous crop. Haven't done that yet. This bed isn't doing so well. It's doing all right, but they're not really growing that much, but they were probably in the module trays too long. Peas are looking nice. Get some supports in there soon, very soon. Broad beans have got a few left on, so we could have a couple more harvests before the end of that one. Oh, might have spotted some I missed. Yeah, I'll give that one, and we'll have you. Pond. The Origeron's looking lovely at this side. At that side, it's limping along a little bit. Too much duckweed. I keep taking it out, and it's just growing back. It does get a fair bit of sun though in the morning, so yeah. Little Phil and Ducky are keeping guard. We've got some bindweed, but as I said before, I think my plot neighbour's abandoned her plot, so it's getting a bit weedy, but it doesn't matter. These things happen. And yeah, over here we've got no sign of life on the... Oh, actually, what's that? Oh, we've got a bean. We've got a bean. Can you see that? Am I pointing you at it? There we go. We've got a bean coming. These are Ferrari, I believe. And same in this bed as well. Haven't seen any signs over here, but I've just given it good water. Although you can't tell because the surface is drying out already. That bed looks terrible. I'm going to think of something much better for next year. Promise. I might do spring bulbs, you know. Spring bulbs in there, and then maybe dahlias. My dahlias are doing so well at home. So I could have, yeah. Jerusalem artichokes. They've had a really good soak because they were looking very dry. There's just too much in that little bed. Look how little that bed is. I'm going to need to do something to support them, but I think I've left it so late I don't know what I'm going to do now. I am going to try and remove them, as I've said in a previous video, because I'm going to go for a dwarf variety. And yeah, probably not grow them in such a small bed as well. The beans we sowed a few weeks back now are looking good. What are these ones? Those ones are not Ferrari, those ones are Stanley. These ones are Ferrari. Leeks, very weedy, but yeah. I need to get and weed all this. I'll leave the nasturtiums in because they'll be fine. They'll provide a bit of ground cover. No sign on the carrots or spring onions yet. Parsnips and carrots in there looking okay. Just weedy as usual. Harvested some lettuces today. Parsley's looking good. That lettuce is being allowed to bolt. I don't really like the taste of those lettuces. They're too bitter. Obviously they will be now they're bolting. But yeah, they're just too bitter, so I'm just letting them go. Jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, we've got a couple on that one, and we've got a lovely one on here, which is wrapped up in a weed. But yeah, can you see that? There we go. So yes, I think maybe, I don't know, maybe a bed of borage and calendula here. Maybe that would be nice actually, wouldn't it? I mean, it's still going to have the weeds coming over and competition from that, but if I maybe keep up to it better, I don't know. I say this every year. Keep up to it better. Yeah, all right then. These poppies are just being allowed to go to seed because I want the seeds from them. Another little latecomer there. These are marrows. Not got much going on there. There's a few little ones and some that have rotted off. But on this one, we've got some coming. I'm not actually a big lover of marrows, but you know, I'll use them. and a butternut squash that is absolutely not going to do anything in there. But yeah, pretty generally happy. I'm happy with the way the edge of the plot looks anyway. Obviously this has flopped over a bit, but I'll probably cut those off next time. Yeah. I've got to say, my neighbour's got some lovely espaliered fruit trees all along the perimeter of the plot. Well, there's this edge. Plums, apples and pears, and they look amazing. So yeah, and obviously these beds are empty because we're going to be moving them soon, but not in a heat wave. Well, it's 2 days later. I did not feel like doing any gardening when I got home at all. There is still so much deadheading to do, but there is so much to do that you're going to have to wait till next week's video to see that. I'll show you a few shots of some of the best things that's happening in the garden as I leave you today, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed today's video and you're not already subscribed, because I would love to see you back here again. Have a great gardening week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.